God damn. I did not see that coming. Hey everyone, I'm Jaren, and today we are talking about F9, the Fast Saga. This is the 9th installment in the Fast and Furious franchise, and it thrusts our heroes back into action as Dom and Mia's long-lost brother Jacob, played by John Cena, crosses paths with him and is hell-bent on world domination. I know, it's kind of like a 007 Mission Impossible Marvel type of movie, right? Am I right? Oh my god! Now, they were never perfect, but I always enjoyed watching the Fast and Furious movies growing up. It's just something over the last 20 years has been part of a cinema culture. It became a lot more than just racing cars, and it gave our characters much more to do. Watching them evolve and grow up and go through some crazy shit over the years, it was very enjoyable. Something that got everybody going to the theaters, you know? And when it came to the cheesy dialogue and the campy storylines or even the ridiculous action sequences, there was always that line. And seeing that the writer from 1 through 8 and even Hobbs and Shaw wasn't involved with this one, you could tell. They went apeshit crazy on this one. This installment is shameless, it is shocking, and flat out outrageously fun. Now, in this review, I'm going to talk about a lot of spoilers. There's just so much to unload, so much to get off my chest, that I can't talk about it anymore without spoiling it. So, that is your warning. Bye. Alright, for those of you who stuck around, let's talk about some spoilers, because I don't know whether to be frustrated or did I really just have a good time watching this movie? First of all, the laws of physics and mortality don't exist in this universe. Nonchalantly, people are just flying through the air or falling off buildings, but for some reason, cars are coincidentally there to catch them. Especially when Vin Diesel goes in a deadfall, and then all this debris is falling down while he's drowning, and then in the next scene, he's clairvoyant, and then when he wakes up from all this clairvoyant premonition vision shit, like, his shirt is dry, it's clean, and he's just like, oh, I'm alive, not a scratch on his body. And this happens constantly. Like, seriously, keep track of how many times his shirt ever gets dirty or ruined. None. Not a fucking scratch. Maybe, like, towards the end, maybe there was, like, that one bruise he has. But all of the crazy stuff he does, or even the rest of the cast, ridiculous. Don't know how they survived. Oh, and Han is back. You guys must have known that from the trailer, but even in this movie, when they're trying to explain how he even survived that, it was just so overshadowed. There was that, I mean, there was a little bit of a, wow, you know, he's back, very emotional, very touching, but at the same time, it was so overshadowed with what's going on. The whole movie is over-bloated. There's so much characters to bring back. There's so much characters to introduce. And especially with the girl that's with Han and his side arc story, what he was doing from Tokyo Drift to now. And there was just, I just didn't care. I mean, it had something to do with this story, but overshadowed. So besides Han's arc, we also get flashbacks of John Cena and Vin Diesel growing up together, and this is frequently scattered throughout the film. It was like 20 minutes worth of flashbacks. We didn't need all this extra exposition from the past. I mean, it really dragged the movie on, if I had to be honest. The characterization of John Cena being the antagonist of the movie was so weak. Even his whole beef with Vin Diesel was so minimal. It was like 30 seconds to a minute. It didn't even get near as good as the one with Dwayne Johnson in Fast 5. And yet again, breaking the laws of physics, Vin Diesel's head goes through a door frame. He's like, oh? Or even like that one big buff dude just plows right through that street sign and just nothing. Nothing. Not even a flinch. He's a brick. It was very Looney Toony. I know we got 2 more movies after this, like 11 movies, and then we're going to say our farewell to this franchise. And it seems like with this closing trilogy that Charlize Theron happens to be our center villain. But why do they have to downplay her till the end, you know? Like, I don't want to make her out as like a Star Wars like villain type arc, but she needed to do more than just stand in a box the whole movie. Speaking of standing in boxes, where the fuck was Vin Diesel's kid this entire movie? I understand that they were, like, in hiding, and Vin Diesel and Michelle Rodriguez were, like, the only people with, you know, little Brian, but where was he when they went off to do these missions? Like, was he in that box the entire time? And I understand that Paul Walker's character can't necessarily exist in this universe anymore, and we miss him so much. But for him not to be involved in this, but, Jordana Brewster's character is, it almost doesn't make sense. I mean, if family's going to get involved, the whole team gets involved. That's just how it works. In a way, it was nice enough for them to still honor his memory in every way, shape, or form, just like they did with the last two movies. And I love the fact that Jordana Brewster had a lot more to do in this sequel this time around, because in the last few movies, she was just kicking out babies. She couldn't get involved with the physicality, and when her and Michelle Rodriguez go to Tokyo, there's that really awesome scene where they team up and they just take out bad guys, and I was like, yes, that's the arc I wanted to see. And then there's that magnet scene. You get really used to the first few films where, they're just constantly switching gears and hitting that NOS button, or even Tokyo Drift where they're always ripping on that e-brake to drift. But in this one, they're always turning the knob with that magnet in the car to do all the crazy things in this movie. Oh my god, my brain could not handle it, but I was having fun. Big magnets in cars. Wow. Oh, before I forget. So Tyrese and Ludacris, right? They go and they meet up with the guys from Tokyo Drift, that one Asian guy who likes fixing engines, Lucas Black's character, Bow Wow's character. Those Tokyo Drift characters are now rocket experts. Don't know the timeline, but when the hell did these street racing kids become rocket scientists? When? And then all of a sudden, Ludacris and Tyrese, with no knowledge at all, or no training whatsoever, Ludacris becomes an astrophysicist, and they achieve one of the most ridiculous internet memes of all time. Like, we've always made fun of it, but we never thought it would actually come true. They go to space. Like, they really do. They go to space. They're out in orbit. I don't know how they survived the trip. I don't know how they survived the collision with the satellites. I don't know how they didn't die. I don't know how they even made that shit possible. But they worked that meme that everybody was making fun of ever since the sequel started expediting out. They turned it into reality. This movie was full fan service, and I was just facepalm, just wow. I was blown away. Just, what the fuck? I mean, there's also a scene with Tyrese, and he talks about all the things that they've survived and all the missions that they've gone through throughout all the sequels and stuff, and just addressing the fact that, wow, are we lucky or are we invincible? What? Yeah, you guys are superheroes now because you guys can dodge bullets and explosions and get hit by cars and catch them and fucking pick them up, whatever. Just, wow. I don't know what god they're playing. I mean, they could go up against the Avengers. We never know. You can really feel it. You can really feel how different this movie was. This was a filler episode to get to the next one, to the next franchise of a movie, which, by the fact, they better call the next one FX. That is an opportunity they gotta grasp. FX. Think about it. I mean, they're up there with the rest of the Jason and Freddy movies being, like, ridiculously long and ongoing. They had to go to space somehow, right? FX! 2.5 hours, I felt like they could have cut that down, especially with the flashbacks, although the movie doesn't feel as long because there was just a lot of characters that they brought back, a lot of characters to introduce, and there wasn't enough development or characterization to properly put them in their places, because it felt like multiple movies just happening all at once, and then it felt like some sort of Avengers team up, but very unearned. Speaking of which, I know they're probably saving this for the sequel, but we still have no answer of what happened with Kurt Russell's character. Like, he went down in that plane and there's no body to be found, but... Ooh. And stick around for the mid-credit scene, because that definitely pays a nod to the Justice for Han campaign. I mean, are you guys happy now? I mean, I'm happy that that character's back. You know, he's one of my favorites, but the way they did it just doesn't make any sense. It feels so unearned for emotional reward. I mean, come on. When I saw Hobbs and Shaw, I just had no idea. I was distraught with how ridiculous and how insane that they pushed all the boundaries and the campiness and the cheesiness all in this franchise. But, you know, the second time viewing, I actually enjoyed myself. And that's how you gotta take it, like a grain of salt. When you watch this one, you can't take it so seriously. You have to think about it like a comedy, and you're definitely gonna have a blast. I mean, I definitely did. I was laughing my ass off. I think I was annoying my entire theater, but I enjoyed it. I have to say, I admittedly liked it better than 2 and 4, but it's still hot garbage. Like, just complete trash. So if this is not your kind of movie, I don't recommend this. Like, if you haven't been keeping up with the Fast and Furious franchise, don't bother seeing it for the kicks. I mean, just, you gotta be in the mood for something like this. I give Justin Lin props for putting the things that I saw on screen that he was able to get away with that producers will definitely shut down. Like, I'm impressed. Alright, I am done yapping your ear off about this movie, and for those of you who did stick around for spoilers and didn't see this, I implore you to go see it. I mean, just check it out for what it is, but if it's not, don't see it. You don't have to. You're not missing out much. Trust me. I am Jaren Agbanawag, and look forward to more reviews, and I will see you guys soon. Okay, bye.
Break it down like this.